In a dramatic escalation on November 26, hours before a ceasefire was set to take effect, the Iran-backed Hezbollah militant group launched a series of attacks on Israeli military positions and strategic targets. The coordinated assault, which included more than 24 strikes, marks a significant development in the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hezbollah, underscoring the volatile nature of the situation as both sides prepare to enter a temporary ceasefire agreement. Hezbollah, which operates from southern Lebanon and has long been a powerful player in the region, revealed that it had successfully carried out these strikes using long-range drones. The group emphasized that the attacks were aimed at what it described as sensitive military targets within Israel, an operation which it claims was carried out with precision and strategic intent. Among the prominent targets of Hezbollah's drone strikes was the residence of Israeli Air Force Commander General Tomer Bar, located in Tel Aviv. This high-profile target was a clear message to Israel's military leadership, with Hezbollah claiming the operation was part of its ongoing effort to strike at the heart of Israeli command and control. While the Israeli government has not confirmed any casualties or damage to General Bar's residence, the attack signals Hezbollah's ability to target key Israeli figures in a highly symbolic and daring move. In addition to the strike on General Bar's residence, Hezbollah militants also targeted the Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, elite Golani Brigade, one of the most battle-hardened and revered units within the Israeli military. The brigade, which has been heavily involved in operations along Israel's northern border, is regarded as a symbol of Israel's military prowess. The attack on such a high-profile unit adds another layer of tension to an already precarious situation, signaling Hezbollah's intent to challenge Israel on multiple fronts. Another key location targeted in the wave of attacks was the Foran camp, a significant Israeli military installation in the north. Located near the Israeli-Lebanese border, the Foran camp houses Israeli troops tasked with securing the frontier against incursions. The camp has been a focal point of Israeli operations throughout the conflict, and Hezbollah's drone strikes were aimed at crippling its operational capacity and demoralizing Israeli forces stationed there. The timing of Hezbollah's attacks, just hours before the ceasefire deal was set to take effect, raises important questions about the group's intentions. Hezbollah has long maintained a strategy of asymmetrical warfare against Israel, using guerrilla tactics, drone strikes, and missile attacks to challenge Israeli dominance in the region. By targeting sensitive military sites and prominent Israeli commanders, Hezbollah appears to be sending a powerful message about its capabilities and its resolve to continue the fight. The strikes, executed with precision and coordinated with military strategy, underscore the growing sophistication of Hezbollah's operations, which have evolved significantly over the course of the conflict. Hezbollah's leadership has publicly stated that the attacks are part of their ongoing efforts to retaliate against Israeli actions in southern Lebanon and the broader region. In a statement released shortly after the attacks, Hezbollah's spokesperson boasted about the accuracy and scale of the drone strikes, claiming that they had successfully hit their targets and caused significant disruption to Israeli military operations. "We will not be deterred," Hezbollah's leader, Hassan Nasrallah, declared in a televised address. "Our struggle against Israel is just, and we will continue to target its military infrastructure as long as it persists in its aggression against our land and people." Nasrallah's words reflect the group's firm commitment to its cause and its unwavering stance against Israel's military presence in Lebanon and beyond. The timing of Hezbollah's drone strikes raises questions about the effectiveness of the ceasefire deal that was brokered shortly after the attacks. While both Israel and Hezbollah had agreed to a temporary halt in hostilities, the pre-ceasefire assault underscores the challenges of maintaining peace in such a volatile region. Despite the ceasefire, Hezbollah's continued aggressive actions signal that its objectives go beyond mere retaliation. They aim to assert power and control over the region, as well as to send a message to both Israel and the international community about its resolve. For Israel, the attacks are a reminder of the persistent threat Hezbollah poses from across the Lebanese border. Despite the ceasefire, Israel has made it clear that it will continue to take defensive measures to protect its borders and military assets, especially in the wake of such high-profile strikes. The attacks on General Bar's residence and the Golani Brigade may have been intended to undermine Israeli morale, but they also highlight the ongoing vulnerabilities Israel faces from its northern border. For Lebanon, the escalation in violence presents a complex dilemma. Hezbollah's actions place the Lebanese government in a precarious position. While Hezbollah has significant political and military influence in Lebanon, its actions often complicate the country's relations with Israel and the international community. The Lebanese army, which has been working to manage security along the southern border, faces increasing pressure to prevent further conflict and maintain stability, especially as the ceasefire enters effect. Hezbollah's recent actions also have broader regional implications. As an Iran-backed proxy group, Hezbollah's operations are often viewed as part of Tehran's broader strategy to assert influence across the Middle East. This has led to heightened concerns from regional and international actors, particularly Israel, the United States, and Saudi Arabia, who have long viewed Iran's presence in the region as a destabilizing force. Hezbollah's drone strikes serve as a reminder of the extent to which Iran's influence extends through proxies, challenging Israeli military superiority and further complicating peace efforts in the region. The United States and European Union, both of which have long designated Hezbollah as a terrorist organization, are likely to condemn the attacks and call for increased international pressure on the group to cease its operations. At the same time, Israel may take further steps to bolster its defense capabilities along its northern border, anticipating additional attempts by Hezbollah to disrupt the fragile peace. As the ceasefire enters effect and both sides pause their military operations, the world will be watching closely to see whether this latest round of violence is truly over or whether it is merely a temporary respite before the next wave of conflict. For now, the Lebanese border remains a flashpoint, and the potential for renewed hostilities between Israel and Hezbollah is ever present. In the coming days, the international community will likely push for a more sustainable peace process, but Hezbollah's recent actions may complicate efforts to bring about a lasting ceasefire. The underlying tensions, fueled by decades of animosity between Hezbollah and Israel, may prove difficult to overcome, even as both sides take a breather from the fighting. As the region braces for what comes next,